Alrighty, we are live. Cajun Coin Hunter here today, aka Boudreaux. How y'all are? Alright, let's see. I got a few links sent out. Need a co-host for today. And we're gonna start up this penny game. Buy a penny. Let me get that YouTube side first. Oh, in my earbuds. I forgot about them. We're gonna have a different year. Penny today. What's up, Pat Paulson? Great Scott. What's happening, brother? 710. What's happening? What's happening? Rick. Oh, yeah, and they got a coin show starting tomorrow's the official day, but they're setting up today in Tyler, Texas. I know Miss Ida's over there right now. She's setting up her table. And she's going to share a table with Mike, Mid-America Coin. Waiting on the grandbaby. Gotcha. 710, you want to co-host with me today? Or Great Scott, would you like to co-host with me today for this buy a penny? I had a dental appointment, and I just got back not long ago. I just sent the links out. I should have did that this morning. I don't know if the field guy is busy. I know he said he had a migraine or something. Raging, my cousin, Raging Cajun. I don't know where he is at. I don't know if he's sleeping for the day shift. They got the truck out the shop or what. No idea. So I'm needing a co-host right quick. I know somebody will show up eventually. Pat Paulson, how you doing? I assume you on the truck, the Snap-on truck. Having the safety meet. Banjo pen. Nope. Okay, Simon. He say, hey, Boo, sorry, I can't get on right now. So, all right. Yes, I can barbecue. So, yeah, I'm gonna need me a co-host for today. Oh yeah. Anyway, we got buy a penny, and today's pennies are some awesome wheat. 1956 Denver. So that is a wheatie. That's just right. Yeah, buddy. I remember then when I was a kid. They had a few of them shiny out when I was a kid, but you ain't gonna find that you change no more unless somebody put it in change on purpose for somebody to find them. Yeah, buddy. Those are bling, 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 shiny, shiny. Well, I wish I had a better camera. got one that's for bid on eBay, but I don't know. Smoky Ribs, what's up, Russ Jones? Look, I might have me a co-host right there with Russ Jones. Smokey, I need a co-host for about an hour. So would you be interested? In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and send you a link anyway. How'd your videotaping go yesterday? Man, it is hot today. Man, I walked out of that dentist office and that nice cold air in there. I mean, it was like 70 to 68 degrees in his office. I walked outside. No, I'm good, thank you. I got my coffee right there. And man, that heat hit me. Oh, you just stopping by. Okay. Oh, y'all canceled the video shoot? Okay. Well, like you say, you got something else on queue, so you could, put one up for this week. See if I can get that in place. Yeah, it's been hot. Cool. And I tell you, I seen the weather. Uh, there's a YouTube guy. I go for weather, and that's Ryan Hall, y'all. He's a true meteorologist. And this guy is good. I've been following him for a little while, paying attention to what he says and writing down little notes. And then I'll go back in my notes a week later and see if his predictions came true. Yeah, yeah, this guy is good. And he was saying that we've got like this dip in the jet stream, and they got some little other little sub dips on it. And that's what caused all that weather yesterday and the day before yesterday. And today I noticed Shreveport was getting hammered a little bit, and up in Tennessee and Arkansas, man, I mean they were getting hammered. So what he said 3 days ago was right on the money. But he was saying after this jet stream like moves out, we're gonna supposed to get some rain this weekend. I hope. But he said after that's up, it's going to be for another week, like starting Monday or Tuesday, in the hundreds, hotter, even hotter. And I'm like, oh man, there's my honey, Miss Missy. I've been hoping for a break in this hot weather. Man, we ain't had no rain. It's been a while. It wouldn't hurt my feelings none to get 2 or 3 days straight in a row rain, not without stop. Like light rain all day. Or some medium pour action, about 10 drops to the gallon. Yeah, yeah, I need that. The cigar keeps going out. Well, there's Mr. Russ.
Yeah, I figure I'd drop in here for a few minutes.
Oh, very good, appreciate it.
I've just been doing a bunch of researching for videos and Not much, man. Just normal little stuff.
Oh, okay.
I think it's beer 30 now. I'm gonna open my first one.
Yes, about 3:15, so that works. You know, you're almost on that timeline over
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock
there. Yeah, right.
somewhere. It's
Yeah, that's what Jimmy says.
yep, buddy.
You know, Jimmy's aunt. What's her name? Jimmy Buffett's aunt. She lives down there in Pascagoula.
Yeah, he's from here. He was actually
Yeah,
born. He was born in the old hospital, same one I was born in, right there on Main Street, going to Moss Point, where Jefferson cuts. You know, some crossroads right there, Main Street and Jefferson. It turned into an old folks' home. It's not even there now, but that used to be the only hospital we had before they built Singing River. And I
right.
was born there, but so is Jimmy Buffett. I actually know a guy that has a like when they tore that down, he found a copy of his birth certificate. He's got it, Jimmy Buffett's birth certificate, which I thought was cool. But his family moved to Mobile when he was like a little boy, so he kind of grew up around Mobile. But he's actually from Pascagoula.
Yeah, he did a bunch of stuff in New Orleans when he was young too. He hung around New Orleans for a long
Oh
time.
yeah. Well, you know, he's got that song Pascagoula Run, and that's an actual true story where when he was like a teenager, his older uncles would take him and they'd go out hitting all the juke joints, you know, in the bars and stuff. That's what the Pascagoula Run was. That's what that song was about.
Well, his uncle and aunt, they lived not far from. Oh crap! I forget exactly where. I have to look on a map. But South Pascagoula, way south,
Yeah.
and uh, I was remodeling an addition. I was doing anything, but they stopped by my work. I was framing some houses, and they stopped there and asked me if I had time to go look at a project they had. I was like, "Yeah, I sure do." You know, I didn't know who they were, and it wasn't far down the road. So
Yeah.
after I knocked off and turned the crew loose, me and a buddy of mine that rode with me all the time, one of my lead men, because I was running two houses, and I actually started a third, so I had three going at the same time, but they were right next to each other.
Yeah.
Well, almost right next to each other. They had one house in between. But anyway, went over there, and I seen guitar and all that sign, Jimmy Buffett, and I'm like, wow, y'all got lucky and got a Jimmy Buffett guitar. You know, they have pictures in there, you know, and they're like, wow, that's our nephew. I'm like, oh, okay. And they had a slot machine, no nickel slot machine, no spring type slot, you know, that would, it, at random, you know, pick you a jackpot. It wasn't an electronic type. This was from like the 40s or whatever.
Gotcha.
I changed out French doors for them.
Okay.
And they had an outdoor patio cover with the outside barbecue pit with the chimney, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, not a barbecue pit, like the oven, the fireplace, and they had it was all set up for grilling and outside cooking.
Hey, Simon.
Yeah, hey, Simon. Yeah, yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, I got to get a bunch of boxes tore down and out in the dumpsters today. Had to wait for them to pick up the garbage. They picked it up Monday morning, so I need to get out there and do that. I just unboxed another one of these 500-watt solar generators. They sent me two. I guess that was a mistake, but I'll take two. No problem.
Yeah, what's the name brand on it?
It's EBL. It's Chinese. Everything's Chinese now, man.
Just about. I'd rather Taiwan or Malaysia or Korea.
Yeah, I don't know that it's made in China, but if I had to guess, that's where it's at.
Yeah, somewhere in Asia.
But I've got a 2,000-watt different brand over here, but this is a 500-watt, and they sent me two of them.
Portable power station. Now, does that collect solar?
Yeah, I got panels right here in another box.
Okay.
So now I got two sets of panels and two solar generators, which I'll take all them, man. These small ones like this, you could run like light bulbs. You could run a fan like during a hurricane.
Right.
That would be perfect. You can charge cell phones, and people probably say, "Well, your cell phones don't work after a hurricane," but that ain't true because after Katrina, we could not call or dial out, but we text. Texts were going through no problem. I guess we were getting a weak signal from somewhere north of here or whatever, and we were able to text the entire time, but we could not call, for
I
months.
was I was with AT&T, and I had cell service the whole
Well, I
during
had
the
cell service,
storm
but
and
you couldn't
all
reach
that.
out to nobody. I remember there was even pictures in the Mississippi press where people were going up to the high rise over the Pascagoula River and trying to see if they could get cell service to call and talk.
Right.
And but what we could do is text. We couldn't actually call anybody. I'm with AT&T.
I
Been with,
could, but I
yeah.
was in Saraland at the time.
Oh, Saraland. Yeah. Matter of
Yeah.
fact,
You know,
I
hey, we got tore up from the floor up in Saraland.
well,
Mobile, we got tore up
yeah,
bad.
Mobile did. Now, the next day, my son, Chad, he stayed in Goshen, and Goshen was high and dry where he was at. His vehicle did not go underwater like everybody else's did. So he drove over to the apartments, and we went to Saraland because that's the first place we could find that still had power. We went to a Walmart there. Everybody else was here in town, just like, what do we do? What do we do? I said, let's go to Alabama and keep going north until we can find power on and stores operating. So we went to a Walmart there in Saraland, and I bought a bunch of stuff, we didn't have nothing to eat because everything we had just went underwater. And then they started dropping off MREs and all that sort of stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, we that's where we ended up going with Saraland. But it wasn't nothing like what it was here on the coast. I mean, it got damaged, but they had power outages in Mississippi all the way up to North Mississippi, if you remember
Oh,
right.
we had well, you see, I mean, Saraland's really not that far from Pascagoula, 30 miles.
It's not,
Now,
but
we didn't have any flooding, right? But man, around my house, there was trees going left and right, big, huge oak trees
oh yeah,
down.
yeah, it
I was
definitely did
watching
damage.
them.
It
Oh, a
definitely
lot.
did damage, but there were still areas that had power and gas stations and everything else that were up and running. So I felt pretty good. I said, well, I think we just outsmarted everybody down there in Pascagoula. We just kept driving until we found some place that was normal, and
Yeah.
it worked
But
out.
they had, in Mobile, they had one area by Saraland. There was a L&L's lounge. There
Yeah,
was, I forget the guy's name that owned it. He had electricity at the that 2 or 3 block area. All of that had electricity. They never lost power. So
yeah.
we frequented the lounge over there after work,
Mhm.
and uh, that was I was on their dart team, professional dart association, and we uh, we had air conditioning, beer, and then I had natural gas, so people can come over and take a shower. You
Yeah,
know, hot shower, but you didn't need a hot shower. Everybody wanted a cool shower. You know,
right.
after a hurricane like that, it's like miserable. Hot.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. You know, even in Katrina, they said don't drink the water because it's contaminated. We had to boil it or whatever, but we just decided to drink beer instead. But that was a joke. But but anyway, I've
Right.
yet to go through a hurricane where we lost water pressure or where we lost like natural gas. Where I lived in, I didn't have natural gas. It was electric stove. So, of course, we lost all that. Not to mention it went 5 feet underwater. But like here, we've had a few close calls, no Katrinas, but we have had power outages and the gas keeps working and the water keeps working. So that's a good thing. I guess they got some generator backups or whatever. I'm getting ready to do a video. I've got a moonshine still is really what it is. It's still in a box in here, but I'm gonna distill salt water and all that as far as just to show, I would probably never actually distill salt water to drink, but I'm going to show that you can do that if you had to.
I
But
would.
I do collect rainwater, like in rain barrels or whatnot, and
Yeah.
I I would distill it because I don't trust rain anymore with all these jet trails and stuff in the sky and chemical plants all around. I don't trust it. I rather
Well,
distill it.
it's not really what's in the rain. It's what's on your roof.
Yeah, well, I ain't gonna collect it off the roof.
Oh, okay.
No, somebody did had some rainwater checked here just not long ago, and they found fluoride in the water, and fluoride's always been added to the water. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
That's something they use.
it's a natural element, and it's in the
Well, yeah,
ground.
that, but also these chemtrails have like a lot of aluminum, not aluminum, the metal, but like aluminum deposits or whatever. And supposedly, from what that one guy was saying, that's what can show up as fluoride. But my point is, I don't know what all's in it, so I would distill it. The biggest thing you lose when you distill is all your trace minerals and stuff that water has, but it will hydrate you, and you can always add trace minerals. That's what that is.
Oh,
You
okay.
get a large glass water, put a teaspoon of that in there. You just added back all the trace minerals, but you can also get them through the food you eat.
Right.
You gotta have water distilled, whatever.
Right.
So your body can't go very long without it. What do they say? 3 or 4 days, something like that. But yeah, I got to do something with that. I've just been putting it off. I've got to do the video on this. I've been putting it off, but I just been lazy, man. That's all there is to it. It's freaking too hot.
Now, I went the Friday before the storm. I think it hit Saturday afternoon, if I'm not mistaken. Katrina.
Oh, Katrina came in here in the morning time on a Monday morning. It was Labor Day, and I remember it well.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. It
I
was a
remember
Monday then.
it was a Monday
Uh,
morning. It was like crack of dawn is when it started getting bad, and it was daylight when the floodwaters came in. I'd say probably 9 o'clock in the morning. I remember it well. We went from looking out the back. We had French doors, and I'm sitting there looking, and it's raining, and I'm seeing ducks, wild ducks, land there in the courtyard of the apartment complex. And next thing I know, man, Derek's like, "Hey, there's water coming in here in the kitchen." I went, "What?" I walked in there, man. It was already that deep in the kitchen. I guess them apartments weren't completely level because they hadn't gotten into the living room yet. But just, I mean, a minute or two later, it's coming in there. Then it started going up the doors and the walls. I'm like, God, crap. And it didn't stop until it hit inside my apartment, which is up on a little hill from the road. It was 4 foot 11 inches inside my apartment. And down in the road where the parking lot was, I don't know how deep it got, but it went completely over all the vehicles. It
where
was
was your apartment at in Pascagoula?
it was on South Pascagoula Street. They were called God, what was the name of them apartments? If you go down, if you turn off the Ingles and go south on Pascagoula Street, there was some apartment complex right there to the left. It's still there. I just can't remember the name of it. And if you go up a little bit further, you'll see the small craft harbor to the right. I know you
Okay,
probably.
you wasn't far from Jerry Lee's then.
Oh no, not far at all.
Okay.
Not far
Yeah,
at all.
you was on that part of town. Okay.
Just
I
west of
was
Market Street, just west of Market Street, and south of Ingles, right there on Pascagoula Street. And
uh,
I want to say the apartment's called Dolphin South, but that's not it. That's the ones on Market Street. I can't remember the name, man. It's been a while.
okay.
2000.
I was staying when you cross the road, the bridge, and then you take an immediate left, like you're going to the shrimp houses and all that.
Uh-huh.
You go up and uh, they had a fire station, and you could see the one of the lakes right there, the Marsh Lake,
Yeah.
and uh, and the marsh was on the left. But if you took a right, I forget the name of that road, but that railroad tracks went straight down the middle of it, and it brought you back to Denning Avenue.
Okay.
You know the main drag.
Yeah.
It brought you to that. That's Denny was heading north, kind of north right there,
Okay.
and I was it's Sunday knocking. Uh, they say Naquin over there, but it's knocking. Break in. How you doing, bud?
Yeah, that storm taught us all something, man. We just didn't realize that could happen in that little town. That
We were.
entire city went underwater, man. I mean, all of it. Nothing was
That's
spared.
well. I was staying at at that spot. That was before Katrina because I had my house in Playa Cummins. I had a mobile home
Yeah,
and with a big screen porch added to it. And the deal was, I had bought the mobile home, cash, but the property wasn't mine. It was leased land,
yeah.
and it was the same. I wasn't far from Charles English, where
Okay.
his house was. I was in between Alton Barrow, that first fish camp to the right,
Yeah,
and in between there and Charles, I was on the right on the bar bank. The deal was on the lease, if anything happened, uh, I couldn't put a new house there, a new trailer there, because the guy, the kids, they had uh, wanted the property. The
yeah.
man was
They
old,
came in. They came in here after Katrina and rezoned a lot of places that they didn't know could flood, and they rezoned it as flood. Uh,
Well, yeah, but that's a hurricane flood, though. That's not a normal flood.
you have to be. You have to if you're gonna rebuild. You had to build on stilts and meet certain
Yeah,
building things.
but this was like a year before Katrina when I got that place,
Yeah,
and I knew that it was in the lease contract. If I decide to move the trailer or sell it, put a new one, I couldn't do it.
right,
So any reason at all that the trailer would be off of that property, I didn't have the option to put something else there.
right. I bought a house down in Fountain Blue after Katrina. I think in 2006, and it was damaged. I bought it damaged, but I got a really good deal on it. I put a new roof, new sheetrock, all that stuff, and they made it mandatory to have flood insurance in that area after Katrina because it all went underwater. Not as bad as where I did in Pascagoula, but I think it took on like 4 foot. It was close. It wasn't much difference inside of that house, but that house is off the ground, so that helped. It really only took on a few feet inside, just enough to destroy all that sheetrock, and the roof lost a lot of shingles and stuff. But you wouldn't know it now.
Who had the bait shop, the big camp and bar? It's like a dance hall. I
Yeah,
forget his name. He would always say I," like that. Uh, he had a bunch of little apartments and cottages, cabins he rented out. He was right on the river, on the Goche side.
yeah. Oh, you're talking about yeah, them little cottages back in there. Golly, who owns that?
He had all the cabins, and he owned that ballroom, that big dance hall. He had a bait boat too,
Yeah.
a shrimp boat.
Oh, that's back in there like where oh crap, I can't think right now, man.
Not far from Sioux
Yeah,
Bayou
it's
place.
right back in there. Like if you're gonna go to the Tiki restaurant, it's kind of back in that way. Tiki's, you got to turn right there when you come over the Goshen Bridge, going west. You'll take that first right, and it winds back in there. But somewhere right in there is those cottages, and I can't remember who owns all that. I actually looked into maybe staying in one of them one time, but I never did.
Yeah, they were nice. They were nice. All one big room except for the bathroom. We had a nice kitchen in there. They were good size for. I think it was.
They got the Mary Walker Marina back in there too.
That's it. That's it.
Mary Walker.
I think that's the one.
Yeah, they
Uh,
probably own all that.
wait. Okay. If you went north and you passed in front of Smokies,
Yeah.
Smokies was on the left. You went. I don't know about not even a mile, and you turned right. And it brought you back to the river.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
and well, I say the river. It wasn't the Pascagoula River. You had to actually take the cut and go out and then you was in the river.
Yeah, all that's they call that West River, West Pascagoula River.
Right, right.
It
West
it
River.
all
Yeah,
ties back into the main Pascagoula River further
right.
north. You know.
Yeah. I forget the guy's name, but he had a little bait boat, and I don't know where he brought that up. But that was a hill right there, you know.
Hmm.
So I don't know if that got flooded or not.
Yeah, I don't either. Goshay didn't get hurt, and a lot of it did on the like south end of it. You know, they got tidal surge there too, but where Chad was at, my son, they were high and dry, so there was some higher elevation inside of Goshay in places. You know, Ocean Springs didn't get too much, but Pascagoula it got freaking swamped. You know,
Yeah. And right there on that hill by Sunny Knockhands,
now
it
Biloxi,
the water got there too a little bit, not much, but the trailers, the mobile homes in there
yeah.
uh, got got tore up from all the wind.
Now Biloxi Beach, Gulfport, Bay St. Louis, you couldn't even recognize where you was at.
I
All the
know.
road signs were gone. You didn't know.
Yeah,
You just didn't know. And it was eight
there was.
months. I couldn't even see all that till 8 months later. We
I
left.
was in, I
Yeah.
was in there before that because I was an essential worker. They called it.
Well, I
Uh,
wasn't here. We went to Illinois, got
that's
displaced
yeah.
there for eight
But
months.
yeah, I was hired by people, to go build a new house.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of houses we built in Waveland. There was a lot of houses we built on the ground, on the slab. Guess what?
Oh
Clean
yeah.
corn, nothing
Yep.
slabs. And they were built with all these hurricane straps and extra go boats and all this. Well, all them extra straps, okay, and you got to have every hole filled. You got a 2x4 like that. That strap goes like about 10 inches down from the top plate. You got 30 holes in there you got to fill. It's not 30, but it was about 15 holes.
Yeah.
You fill all them nail holes with nails and big fat Kiko nails that the head don't shear off of them, and you lost the structure, your strength of wood where that strap is at. You lost the strength.
Yeah.
Them nails are just ripped right out of there.
Oh
That was way too many nails. And I said, these houses are dead on hit. And I said, these houses ain't gonna be here anyway. And
yeah.
sure enough, 2 years later, man, that was a dead hit. Target right on target. The eye pass right there to the a little bit to the west of Waveland, not far.
Yeah. You're
You
right.
know,
Yep. Yep.
Waveland was actually in the eye. You know.
I could go the rest of my life without seeing another storm that bad. I remember
Oh
Camille
yeah,
too. I lived and seen the two worst hurricanes on record.
1969.
Yep, I was 11 years old or going on 11. I would have been 11 that December.
Uh, there was a joke running around after Katrina. They say, "Do you know the only good thing that happened about Katrina?" Everybody's like, "What?" I'd say it made people quit talking about Camille.
Yeah, it did do that. You're right. You're right. Yeah, I left the whole area 2 weeks after Katrina hit, and I was gone till well for 8 months, and I ended up buying that house I was just telling you about. When I came back, we stayed in a FEMA trailer for about another 8 months, and then I bought that house and we moved out of the FEMA trailer. So anyway, look, man, I'm gonna get off of here. I just want to drop in for a few, let you get back to what you're doing.
Well, yeah, that's why I was inviting you up here. I need a co-host. At times I do.
Yeah,
While I run this buy a penny game.
yeah, I don't know anything about all that.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have to know anything about it. I do everything. It's just when I get setting up the wheel and writing names down,
Yeah,
the co-hosts, what they do, they just announce somebody new comes in chat. Or I used to have a little 12-year-old kid be my co-host. He was my
oh yeah,
co-host for a year.
huh?
Young coin hunter. Yeah. All right. got eagle, 1 ounce silver bar,
Ooh.
encased. That's that Silvertown, Silvertown mint.
Where do you buy your silver at? Is there a particular company or
Uh, a bunch of this I got off of uh, YouTube, actually, in the coin community,
yeah.
and auctions. If I get something for 25, $30. Silver is 23 right now. When I got some silver, it was 25, 26.
Okay.
I just don't remember when. Michael Chesina, Radio Mike, what's up? Oh, you're not at work? You got to feed the dog and walk Miss Molly. Man, I tell you what, them 56 Wheaties are blinging. When's the last time you seen a wheat penny
Ah man,
look that good?
couldn't tell you. Do you put them in something to make them look that new or
No, I just took this out of a federal bankroll.
oh
They
okay.
hadn't seen the sunshine till just now.
Okay. I'll be darned. Never
There's
been in circulation then, huh?
never been in circulation. This one here there's the Federal Reserve Bank of Cleveland.
Okay. I'll be darned.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Huh.
Look here. Yeah, it's the field guy in the house. Field guy
Okay, I'm here.
315. What's happening? What you
Uh,
got, a toothache or something? Migraine?
Migraine, fever. Yeah.
Oh, Fab. Fab's not good.
No, it'll go away though. I mean, it's. I just ate like 4 ice cream popsicles to freeze my brain, so it's good.
Oh, Mike, I do have a microscope. I just don't have it turned on right now. I could use it, but just to show a penny off, like if I was showing a bunch of coins or looking through a bunch of rolls, looking for a repunch mint mark, because Denver's and San Francisco's were actually in '56. San Francisco was not making minting coins. In 1955, that was the last year of the San Francisco Mint was 55. And so San Francisco Mint was not doing minting any coins at all. But the proof coins at that time, Philadelphia was making them. Oh, yeah, Twitch channel.
Shameless plug.
Yeah. But if I'm going through a roll of pennies or nickels or a bunch of coins, then I put them under the scope. The scope's hooked up. All I got to do is turn my USB port, just turn that switch on, and boom, throw some coins under it. But
Not
them
too
things
bad.
are so shiny.
Well, you got you another host there now, Boo. So I got a few things I'm wanting to do, so I'm gonna get to it.
All right, Michael, Radio Mike, appreciate it, buddy. Okay, Russ, I appreciate you dropping in and saying hello.
Yeah, man.
Glad you're
Y'all
all
have,
right.
y'all
Hey,
have a good
Russ.
see ya. Have a good
Hey,
rest of y'all's week. Later, chat.
if you get some rain over there, just send some this way, please. I'd
I just
appreciate it.
set up
Send some
another rain
everywhere.
barrel. My neighbor had one of these big blue, solid blue with a lid with the top next door,
Yeah.
and she's been sitting there forever. So Tarina asked her the other day if she was gonna do anything with it. Nah, he can have it. I said, okay, cool. I just went and drugged that over here earlier to collect rain in. So
You gotta clean it out good with some Dawn.
it was actually pretty doggone clean, man. I looked in there like I went ahead and cleaned it out anyway,
Yeah.
but it's been sealed for a while. It didn't have any smell, anything. Which
You're gonna put a window screen over it to cover it.
yeah, well, like I said, I'm gonna be distilling all the water anyway, so it don't matter. It could have mud in there, as far as I care.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That bad, huh?
yeah, yeah. When you distill it, it's just taking the steam and condensing it back to a liquid and removes all that other crap. So,
What about seagull droppings?
huh?
Seagull droppings.
Uh,
Sea,
oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Well,
seagulls.
I don't see many seagulls, but even if it did, if you distill it, you're not going to get any of that. It's
Oh,
distilled water. There's absolutely nothing left in it. So I said, not even the trace minerals are in it. So, you know,
okay.
I could literally go take water out of a mud hole if it rained enough and distill it to where you can drink it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. But
Hey,
anyway,
okay.
all right.
All right, Russ. Appreciate it, bud.
All right, later.
Fluked out.
All right.
All right. So, any phone calls?
Did I get any?
Yeah.
Not today.
So, didn't hear from the gal at work. Or future
Oh,
work is what I should say.
yeah. I don't think I'm gonna get that job just because what I was telling you yesterday, the day before. But
She was
just
asking
because,
all in questions.
well, she's got a prejudice against me. That's all.
Really?
She's a Ruski.
Okay.
Yeah, because she was like, I don't think you could handle this job. And I go, I've done it before. I've unloaded trucks before. I don't think you're built to handle this job. We work fast here. And I go, what do you think I do? What do you think I do next door? I do everything at once. And she kept trying to say, well, I don't think this is the right job for you. And she said
Well,
it 3 or 4 times to me. And I go, well, if I didn't think it was, I wouldn't have applied for it, lady.
well, I thought they wanted you to go to work, or is that another co-manager or manager beside her?
Oh, no, this was the store manager that was telling me this.
No, but I mean,
The other management want me there, but the store manager's got to sign off on it. That's the thing. She's got to give her approval, and I don't think she is going to,
oh, okay.
because she's like, I'm going on vacation, so if you don't hear, then blah, blah. It shouldn't have took 2 hours for an interview. Should have took 10 minutes.
Yeah.
She was like, well, why are you leaving? Yeah, this is disturbing. You only stay at jobs for 5 years at a time. That's disturbing. And I go, why is it disturbing? She goes, I've been here 20 years. Okay. She's like,
Well,
I
hire me, and I'm going to be here 20 years, maybe
that's
25.
what I told her. I said, if you give me a chance, I'll be here 30 years. And yeah, she was just giving me the runaround, which is weird because all the managers that I know were sitting in the other room. And like when I came out, I just shook my head and she's like, they're all like, well, we want you here. We'll put in a word for you. And I said, yeah, but she's just prejudiced. I don't think she wants to hire me. So we'll see, but if not, I got a few other places I know I can go. So I got some good vibes. It's all good. I don't give up easily. My resume, somebody's gonna get me. Because I'll just be like,
Right.
if they call me, I'll just be like, well, y'all, I'll tell the other one, y'all's lost. You don't want me. That's your loss. Because when I went back there, she goes, this was fast paced, and there were 4 workers standing there on their phones, and I'm like, oh, fast paced, okay. Oh, they just unloaded that truck. I said, how long did it take them? Oh, 7 hours. I said, I could have unloaded that by myself in 2. 40 piece truck. It took them 7 hours.
So she's Russian?
Yeah, she's a Russian lady.
Okay.
She was speaking Russian right in front of me. One of her coworkers. Yeah, there's a lot of Russians that work there. Yeah. During the interview, somebody came in and she was going, I'm like, okay. And then she slams the door and I go, alrighty then. I never met her because she's never there.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, but
you should, you said she's prejudiced against you because she's Rusky, you should have told her, well, hey, look, I don't have any Polish blood in me.
Yeah, but it's funny. Yeah, she's like, well, I have to give my approval, and I'm like, okay, we'll approve it then.
You know, because Poland was the first country that Hitler invaded.
Mm-hmm.
The first country was Poland.
Yep, 39.
And their pilots, Polish pilots, if I can get that tongue twister out, they, flew for England, okay? England's planes. And they gave them the crappiest plane. Well, later on, because they didn't think the Polish pirates, they thought they were stupid or something, you know? Well, they outdid the aces that England had, okay? Or future aces that England had. And boom. So they got good planes, and it's the Polish pilots that actually won the war for England. You know that part of the war. If it wouldn't have been for the Poles, England wouldn't have had a good air force.
Yeah, that's what they don't remember.
Yeah, and lo and behold, 5 years, 10 years later, they're like, "Oh, we didn't have no Polish fire." Yeah, y'all did.
Yeah, they claim that was probably a lot to do with Churchill. Oh no, we did it on our own. We persevered. Yeah, sure you did.
KK, what you up to, Kyle?
Who wants to buy some pennies today? They're right there on the board.
Yeah,
lovely,
$5 per penny, and that silver ball right there is the grand prize when we do spin the wheel, and I do have the wheels set up.
Them suckers are bright red.
Ready to go.
You know what's funny enough? When I went to the back for the interview, they had a big wheel, and I'm looking at it, and I guess it's a game they play, and it's got this off, that off. It's got like perks on it, and I just started laughing. I'm like, do they really have to beg for their time off? Just weird. Let's see. So we need all the big players in here. Who's the big players? The big spenders? The big who wants them red cherry pennies? Right out of the roll.
Boy, and they are red too.
I can see they're red from a distance. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, you know coins, so you know what red means. Copper red, flaming copper red.
Oh yeah. 56, that's a good year.
Yeah.
$5 is a good price too.
Yeah, you look up if those were graded, yeah. It's worth more than that.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I got a 37 in Denver, MS66, PCGS.
Ain't too bad. Let's see. Oh, but the thing went off.
See,
I guess I'll just.
It only goes on Coin Book USA. It only goes up to MS63. So you're looking at 2 grades, 3 grades. You know, after 65, actually 64. When you get to 65, the price jumps, and when you get to 66, the price jumps even more.
That's probably why they're not listed. They figure, nobody's probably got those. It's so rare.
No, they're not rare.
I wonder why they wouldn't put them in the book then. Put them
well, it goes up to 63, and then I guess you could find a 66 grade, you know, like in the gray sheet. You go to the gray sheet, yeah, they're going to have every grade.
Yeah.
Even the pluses, you know, 66 plus or 67 plus. When you get that plus, it jumps up even more.
True. Oh, look, it's the weather, and they got a big hot around it. Like, I didn't know that.
John Francis, what's up? That's another Louisiana man in the house right there.
Who that?
Yeah, who that? Go Tigers.
All right. Go Tigers all the way. Man. Where's all these big hitters at? Who's buying some pennies today? I mean, because if you think about this, that's an investment. You get that coin, you buy it for $5, you go pay and get it graded. You got an investment there, no doubt.
It'll be worth 15.
Yeah. I don't know how much they charge for grading because I've never had anything graded.
$50.
Oh, yeah.
But when you want to grade one, you pick out the most cheeriest one you can find.
Yep. Send them a note. This is MS70, so grade it. Grade it.
I want a 70 on this. If it's not at least a 69 plus, don't grade it. Send it back. No choice.
Mm-hmm. Or they'll probably be like, "Oh, it got lost." They were doing that with sports cards. Like a few of them closed up during the pandemic, and people were sending in stuff, and a lot of people never got their stuff back. And they were like, what?" This one company went under, and just never sent their people stuff back, and like redemptions and stuff. And a lot of people were getting mad, and they were like, "Hey, I sent my card out. Where the hell is it?" And turns out they left it all in the warehouse, and I forget where it was because I seen an article on it. Instead of returning it, because they went bankrupt. So when they got new mail in, if it was new, it got returned. But all the stuff that they had in the process of grading, they just left it in the warehouse, locked up the doors, and left.
Who was it? What company?
I can't remember that. It was a sports card company. One PSA is a good one. PSA, one Beckett. It was one of those third brand ones that had just started like 5 or 6 years ago. But it was with sports cards. It wasn't with coins. They only graded cards and stuff like that. I can't remember the name of the company because I never heard of them before. The only ones I'm aware of is like PSA, Beckett. Those are the main two that I'm aware of. But doesn't surprise me much.
Is PSA affiliate of PCGS?
I think so, but I'm not sure. Because PSA is like the one of the top ones. That's when I bought the Griffey card. It was graded. It's PSA, and it's entered into that database because I scanned it, so I know the card's real. It's only worth right now about $10 more than I paid for it, but the price goes up, price goes down. I mean, it was a hell of a deal for PSA 8. Because most people are selling that PSA 8 for $300-400. So, and in my opinion, that should be a PSA 9 because there's only like one slight mark on it. So other than that,
the junior you got?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's graded 8. It's an 8.
I didn't know. I told somebody he deals in sports cards.
Yeah.
I forget his new channel name. Something Striker, whatever. His name's Steven.
Mm-hmm.
He buys and deals with baseball cards and stuff. And I told him you had a 5. It was graded as a 5. He was like, not bad. He said it's worth a couple of $100.
No, I got PSA 8. It's only worth $85 right now.
Oh, okay.
It's fluctuated. I mean, I paid $75, but then I had to pay because now eBay charges tax and shipping. So 75 turned into 87. So
Kyle said if you have an 8, crack it, sell it raw, you get more. Hey,
probably.
Chris, how you doing, East Wing Farms?
Well, there's some PSA 8s on eBay that are going for $300-$400 right now. So honestly, I probably could flip it right now. You know, because like I said, I only bought it for 75, and that is pretty low for a PSA 8.
Okay.
Really low, because PSA 10s are going for $2, $3, $4 grand. Because there ain't that many PSA 10s. There's only, I think, 1,000, maybe 1,100 of them registered between the 3 card companies. PSA 8, there's like 20,000, but yeah. Yeah, I'm not into the ones where I personally think all grading coins, cards, it's all a scam, because one might say it's a 7, you crack it open, send it to another one, they might give you an 8 for it or a 9. It all depends on the eye of the person that's doing it. You know, of course, Griffey Jr. card, it's you know, it's sought after, so I bought it graded.
What's the population on it?
PSA 8.
Yeah.
I think there's about 2,000 of those, 2 or 3,000 graded. Because I read the article, there's only like 10,000 of Griffey Jr. cards graded, a little over 11,000 total. The reason why there's not many PSA 10s graded is because they put them in the penny sleeves back then, and the corners would get dinged. That's the problem with this one. 3 of the corners have a little slight ding, but you could barely see it, and it's a little off-centered on one side. So for PSA 8, it's not bad. Well, I usually do buy raw cards. I don't buy graded stuff, but with a Griffey, I didn't take no chances. Griffey is like a freaking Michael Jordan rookie card. You never know if it's real or not, so you rather get it graded. But even then, it's fully experts.
That's one of the reasons people will grade certain coins just to get it, you know, authenticated. They really don't care about the grade. They just want to get it authenticated, like an older gold coin, you know. You know, something that's rare, you know, that's like population of 8, you know, in a high grade, and they know it's going to go a high grade. So what they want to do, they want to make sure it's actually a real rare gold coin, you know, like a $10, you know, a E, you know.
Well, Kyle, I did a video on it, and last year, that was the only Griffey Jr. I did not own rookie card. I have all the other ones. I have all the 89s, all the 90s, 91, 92s. You know, that was the only one. That was like back in the day, in the 90s, that card was going for $75, $100. So in like a PSA 7, 8. But yeah, I don't really spend too much money on stuff. I just was like, you know what? I was in CV Baseball Card Collector stream, and I was mentioning it, and one of his chatters was like, hey, they got and I just happened to be on eBay, and he put a link in the post, and I go, yeah, I see it. I said, let me pounce on it. And then he was selling 5 of them, and there was 1 left. And it was a card dealer, so it was a reputable dealer, and it was graded. I checked it out, so I pulled the trigger, and it's registered on PSA website. So it's the real deal. So yeah. So now I have all the Griffey Jr. rookie cards. I've bought a few cards before PSA grades, football, baseball. I usually don't spend less than $1 or $2. I try to get them really cheap. Try to snipe them, get them really cheap. You know, but with that Griffey Jr. card, I can flip that anytime I want. It's in high demand. It's like a holy grail card. I mean, I think the only 2 cards that are in demand more than that card as far as baseball is like the Mickey Mantle Bowman rookie, and of course, no one's ever going to get the Honus Wagner card. You got to be a millionaire for that sucker. But the reason it's so big is because Upper Deck, that was the first year it started, 1989. Griffey was a rookie, and Upper Deck chose Griffey as their first ever printed card. So it's a number 1. So.
Also, you have the Upper Deck card.
Yeah, that's the Holy Grail card, the Upper Deck.
Okay. All right.
Because back in the day when top packs was selling for like 50 cents, 60 cents, Upper Deck was like the rich man's card. Like Upper Decks were selling for $2, $3, $4 a pack back in the 90s, which was a lot of money for kids. And not everybody got they didn't have Upper Deck where, they didn't start selling Upper Deck for 2 or 3 years later where I was at. So nobody had it. It was either Topps or Fleer.
In 91, I was buying boxes, unopened boxes of Upper Deck cards for the fall packs.
Yeah.
I was buying boxes of them. That's when Bo Jackson, you was guaranteed at least one card. Because they knew the packs that had a Bo Jackson card, that $50 or $60 card, brand new, you found one, it was $50 to $60, maybe even more. But they would put one in every box. And no telling if it already had one or two in there already, by just, hand packing and, because they had packs with the Bo Jackson card in it. They knew that pack had a Bo Jackson card, so they was putting one in every box. A pack of cards in every box.
Well,
so you were guaranteed one. I had three. I had 3 in one box.
That ain't bad at all. There are still people that go off for, I think, 92 Upper Deck. There's a Ted Williams autograph card. They put, I think, 1,000 or 500 in so many packs, and one person was doing a live stream and they pulled the Ted Williams auto. And then another one Upper Deck was doing was Mickey Mantle autograph. I've never seen that pulled before, but yeah, somebody pulled an autographed Ted Williams card right out of a box. And they were like, they stopped the stream and they were like, I can't believe I got one of these. Because it's so rare. I think that card's worth like 10 grand maybe. Because I think they only put like 500 or 1,000 maybe in the total. And in the junk wax era, they printed millions and millions and millions of these suckers. So you have a limited run back then? Yeah, it's crazy. Now I liquidated that and he turns into the coins.
What I didn't know that Beckett, the magazine you get every month, I didn't know they had coins in there, price guide for coins.
Yeah, they I don't know if they still do. I know they used to.
Yeah, they do. They do. I looked up one yesterday. Somebody told me it was a.
I think they started. I think they started grading cards recently. I mean, coins recently.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I think so. I'm not 100% sure. I think they got into that market because a lot of these coin, like I said, a lot of them. I don't remember how many made them. I think some of them folded. But yeah, I know Beckett's got something to do with coins, but I got a bunch of the Beckett magazines from like the early 90s that are probably worth some money.
Actually, Kyle, this is the only one I have. I think. I'm not sure. I'll have to go through my other boxes. This is a Silvertown. Like on Joe Dirt, Silvertown.
Mm-hmm.
This one has the eagle on it, the flag. I might have another one with a flag or eagle. I'm not sure. I'll have to go through every box I got, but I could order some. But I think the flag ones now are anything to do with, freedom. It's got a premium on it, about 30, 35 bucks.
Yeah, always going to.
Yeah. say, "Oh, you're making some money with that game." Not that much, $15. And then you got the shipping. That's $4 shipping, $4.50 shipping. Uh, I use them big envelopes.
I'd be like, isn't that the name of the game, to make money? That'd be the whole point, you know. But I mean, you always,
You gotta
you
make
always,
a couple of dollars. You can't lose $5 every time you do a buy a penny. Well,
yeah.
where is my envelope stuff? Oh, I know. Yeah, they're in my other spare bedroom. Okay.
You just say, well, I'm reinvesting in my channel.
In
Yeah.
fact, the envelopes I sent my stuff in, it's this size right here.
Mm, good size there. Yeah, I don't go on auctions. I don't go on auctions too much, but I went to somebody's channel and they were charging like $12 shipping, and I started laughing. I said, "No one's gonna pay $12 shipping for regular coins. Sorry." I said,
No,
"You ain't gonna make any money. I promise you, you ain't gonna make any money."
they're making money on shipping. Now, if you got a lot of stuff like supplies, you know, if you want boxes of flips, you know, that's not going to fit in a bubble envelope. You know, you got to ship that in a what they call a box in the bag. It's $5 per penny. You're actually buying the penny, and the silver's a grand prize. You know, if your number and you pick a number, and well, let me put the details back in here again.
Why are you gonna? Hmm.
There's the details right there, and these Wheaties are blinging.
There's some red ones there.
Yeah, they are red. Missy's trying to get my attention to tell me somebody wants to know how much that penny is. You just allow two, Kyle. And if there's like one left over or something, two left over that's hard to pick up on, then I'll open it to three a person.
Yeah.
But if you want one and two, I can do that right now. And that's my PayPal right here.
Kara.
Let me get with Missy and tell her I know about this already.
All right. This break is brought to you by Grumpy Stack Tires. By Stack. Grumpy Stack, that is. Let's see. 69. Hell of a number. And he's back.
Okay. Oh, you want 6 and 9? Okay. The one right by the bar. For luck. Thank you, 710. Yeah, that's my PayPal that 710 put in, but it's also right there. And in the comment box on PayPal, you can put for coffee or dinner or something. I could look up, Kyle, and let you know the prices on them. And if we don't fill this up today, usually I don't have a problem. I used to fill up 2 or 3 within 2 hours. Okay, yeah, I got them. Got them. Let me put your name down here. Numbers 6 and 9.
Cage, I'm gonna jump off panel because I'm getting ready to eat something, but I'll be in chat.
Okay. Appreciate it, Phil. Gun.
No problem.
Yeah, these are the envelopes I sent them out in. Bubble wrap. Those are good size. You can mail T-shirts in these things. They wouldn't. They would. Big old extra large wouldn't fit in there, but small, medium, large might fit in there. Maybe. I'll see what kind of prices I can get for you, Kyle. Because I got a friend of mine that he's got a bunch of silver. Oh yeah, Kyle. Email me with your uh, address because you have 2 of those 56 Denvers coming to you. Oh, you're gonna try the tri-tip? Try the tri-tip and the cast iron? Okay, that'll work. I gotta get me some more coffee. Shall return. Hey, you ought to make a video of it, Kyle. Cooking that tri-tip. I would rewatch the first part of it, of that video. You know, well, since I edit, I pause it in between steps. I would rewatch it a couple times and get the feel for it. And you got to remember, when it's sticking to the bottom of the pot, that's a good thing. That's that's what makes your gravy. And you have to scratch the bottom of that pot when you add your water in it. You know, to deglaze it, you have to actually, get down in there with a flat spoon, or a good iron spoon, or a good, flat wooden spoon, like a roux spoon. 'Cause that's what we use, in a roux spoon. Actually, these are 56 and 17, unless you're talking about something else. See if I can get my scope up. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see, where's my cursor? There. Settings. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That is beautiful. BU, brilliant uncirculated. Jim BU. Uh, 2 days ago, I had the 59s up. because I couldn't locate the 56s right quick, so I put the 59s up. 3-year difference. Three-year difference, and the 59s were the first memorial stamps. I wonder how many 59s they made, because that was a transition year. Let's see, in 58, they had 252 million. They say 250 million of the Philadelphias. And 252 million. And Philadelphia, 59, there was 610 million. Almost 611 million. And the Denvers, they made 800 million. The Denvers. So there was a huge demand for pennies in the middle, like in the Midwest and the West Coast. Big demand because the Denver Mint made it was 800,953,000, almost 801 million. So they had a big demand for them on the West Coast. Let's see, what did Denver do? In 59, 1,200,000,000. 1,200,000,000. So they had even more of a demand for them on the West Coast and uh, Mid America. Frosty, what's up, mon ami? Yeah, Missy made a shrimp gumbo this morning. She started about 9 o'clock while it was still cool in the house before the 105-degree weather was hitting. I said, might as well make gumbo early this morning. It's always better reheated anyway. Grumpy Stack Tires, located in Ville Platte, Louisiana, home of the Million Mile Tire. No lake out in the back. It does go out to the Bayou Duquesne River. The bayou behind my house goes to Bayou Duquesne, and then that goes into the Mermentau River, and that goes to Lake Arthur. And then the Mermentau River comes out of Lake Arthur into Grand Lake, and then the Mermentau River at the south side of Grand Lake, there's a set of locks there called Catfish Locks, saltwater intrusion locks. And then a few miles down the river, there's the Gulf of Mexico. So the bayou behind my house spills out in the Gulf of Mexico. So what's up, Frosty? I know you're still at work. It's not 2:30 your time. Missy was telling me about the ducks, like at the street fairs. So you ought to do the ducks. Pick a number. Put a number at the bottom of the ducks and say, well, I don't have one of them water troughs over here like the street fair does, where the ducks are all moving around in the water, swimming. Hell, them ducks bite back sometimes. Man, it is hot. It is 32 degrees Celsius in this house. It's like 90, 90 and a half degrees or something. "32, 90 degrees, 89.6. Close enough to 90 for me. No, the AC's not broken. It's just so hot out there. It's hard for the air conditioners to keep up. I got the one in the living room on. I got the one in the kitchen on, which that's a small 5 or 6,000 BTU. That's not that much. It helps a little bit, but man, this 103 to 105 degrees normal temperature. That's without the heat index. 76 degrees in Carlsbad, California. Oh boy. I wish it was 76. I wish it was 85 over here. Missy's mama gave us a fan yesterday. We got 2 fans and box fans. We just put them on the chair, and like point one, we got one that points at night, one of the fans sucking the air out of the kitchen, blowing it into the bedroom, and another one in the bedroom in the doorway, helping that one. And then Missy's mom gave us a round, it's a floor fan, like in the shop. I think it's like a 30-inch fan, 32-inch fan, round, all metal. The cage is metal, the blades are metal, and that thing blows. I mean, when I say blow, it blows. Yeah, I got to keep that bedroom cool. Gets a little warm in there at times. 710, you want to jump up here? I sent you a link. Yeah, I did send you a link, 710. Oh, yeah, should. Yeah, the air conditioning price is going to go down this summer. I mean, after this summer. And in November, I'll have a loan paid off to where I for my water heater and shed. That'll be paid off. So just might get another loan and get a big unit, like a 18,000 BTU. Something that's less than 32 inches wide, because that's my window's a 32-inch window, a 2.8 window, which is carpenter talk. 2.8 is 2 feet 8 inches, 32 inches. And that way I can just take a window out in the living room, take that window out, and just frame it in with the 3/4 inch, 2x4s and 3/4 plywood on the outside, 3/4 on the inside, and then have a nice little trim board around it instead of that accordion stuff with the window on top of it. Just take the window completely out. I just bought 100,000 big unit. 100,000 what? Like a central unit, like a 3-ton. Oh, I used that barbecue sauce already on some chicken. Oh man, was that good, man! And they named it right, crack sauce. You get addicted to that. So you said the drain pipe stopped up and soaked your flooring carpet in the hall. Was that on your air conditioning unit or was that from your hot water heater? AC unit, the condenser drain. Okay. Wow. And a plumber. Welcome back, John Francis. Flooded your spare room filled down? Wow. Or evaporator call, whatever it is. It stopped up while I was gone and flooded part of the house. Okay. Yeah, that was your A coil. Uh, they're usually in a closet, in a hallway, or in the attic. Uh, in the past 20 years or so, they've been putting them in the attic with a fill pan. They got a catch pan that's supposed to hold like uh, I don't know, 25 gallons of water. If it gets stopped up, it'll hold 25 gallons. But usually your water evaporates in the attic. You know, Even if you don't have a drain, it depends on how much condensation it actually makes. If I would put one in my attic, I would add a deeper pan, something at least 8 inches deep, because if when your drain does get stopped up, uh, that water have time to evaporate. Just installed last month. Okay, well, it was your pipe that got stopped up. Probably had a, if that was a new unit, probably had an old pipe. They should have cleaned that out or something. 'Cause that is not good. Brand new AC unit and with an old drain pipe. And the algae builds up and lime or whatever. Yep, the drain pipe goes down into the concrete, connects to the sewer line. Yeah. Blackened Cajun sandwich. What kind of meat? Fish? Yeah, probably so. 17. Uh, I got a buddy of mine. He blackens blackfin tuna. Blackfin tuna. He blackens that. Man, I tell you what, that is some good stuff. Blackfin tuna is a firm meat too. Fish meat, and uh, it's the consistency of it after it's done is compared to kind of like not quite a pork chop, a very tender pork chop. But this was a blackfin tuna he caught while on the trip. I had hung into one on that same trip. I lost mine. Mine would have went around 12 pounds, something like that. His was like 14. Yeah, black and mahi. They like that. Missy blackened some chicken. She used the Tony Satcher's blackened chicken seasoning, and did them in the toaster oven. And they were blackened. And that's what I was eating that crack barbecue sauce with. That was some good stuff. Okay, at 5 o'clock, I'm gonna uh, cut the stream, and then we'll come back tomorrow around 3 or 4 o'clock and continue this if we don't sell the rest of the cart, the sheet out. The other day it took 3 hours, but I don't pay for my StreamYard, so I'm limited on my hours. And I just brought the game back after a year and a half or so. I want to say year to a year and a half. So a lot of people don't know I'm doing it yet. I remember the first time I did this. This was 4 years ago or so, and it didn't take but 20 minutes to fill up a sheet. And I think I did two that stream, that live stream. Man, we need some rain now. Thought I heard thunder outside, but it wasn't. I was the owner of the insurance office across the street. He started his truck up. He's got dual exhaust on a 6-cylinder. It sounds like a crop duster. It don't sound like a dual exhaust on a V8, that's for sure. Oh, I sure will. Come see Missy. Kyle wants me to give you a hug. Yeah. A hug and a sugar. Randy Tarboli, what's going on, little buddy? Yeah, I gotta call Johnny after a while and let him know. Shrimp gumbo for supper. Let's come over here and let's look at the Jeep.
Oh,
See if we can.
good. I would like to have shrimp and crab gumbo.
Oh yeah, crabs would be nice to go in there. That's the only thing that is better than the shrimp gumbo. If you throw a dozen clean crabs in there with the shells off and the lungs off, the legs cut off, throw some half a dozen of crab in there. Oh man, that makes that gumbo even better.
I want to barbecue roast.
Oh, that barbecue tri-tip. Yeah, I want to wait till that 105-degree weather goes away to grill that tri-tip. Missy, some shaved ice in here and bring me that bottle of Coke. No, that mother. Oh, soft shell crab. You just batter it up like you do fried chicken with your milk and egg wash, and then dredge it in the flour. And if you want, you could do it again. Drench it in your uh, egg and milk wash. I only do it one time, and back in the flour again, and then deep fry 'em just like chicken. And it don't take long, about 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. And that soft shell crab, I love making the sandwich with a soft shell crab. Man, because you eat the whole thing. You eat the legs, you know, everything is edible. The shell, everything. I take the lungs out, though. I take the lungs out on the soft shell crab. The dead man fingers, they call
It'd be like, I think I might be a little more
it. Huh? Tar Heel area. What's up, William I? How you doing? Oh, we're not doing too bad, William. Just trying to stay cool in all this heat. What y'all got some cloud cover 17? Yeah, it's been hot this summer, that's for sure. Man. Randy, I know your air conditioner's been working overtime. I've seen a couple of them videos. Definitely a dark rain cloud. 17, shoe it down here. Blow real hard. Face south. Face south and blow real hard. Harder than the hardest birthday candle blow you ever had. Blow that cloud this way. I appreciate it. Oh, Missy. Missy. Miss Amy says thank you for doing that gravy in the video. They're gonna Kyle and Amy is gonna cook a tri-tip tonight in a black iron pot like you did. Yeah, but they're gonna do it in a, he's got a cast iron pot.
Tell them to put as they fry, add a little water as you go.
But they saw what you did. You know, rewatch it.
I don't want to see that video.
Yeah, Randy, mine's working overtime too. But I keep the temperature on mine at 72. If I put it on like 69 or 70, my bill would go up. Oh boy.
Like that rice dressing, that like, you can't even make this rice dressing like mine.
Oh yeah, there's a guy that loves Mrs. Rice dressing. One of our neighbors, the lead guitarist. No, not the lead guitar. Well, he does some lead in the band, but most of the rhythm. And he loves Mrs. Rice dressing. He says, I tried and I tried. I can't make it like Missy does. He said, when y'all invite me for a barbecue, I don't care about the meat. I'm just going over there for the rice dressing. The meat's line out. Oh, Missy, say you're welcome. That's just another day in the kitchen for her. Well, it's a special cut of meat too. That's the first tri-tip she's ever done that. I think. You know, we might have had some bottom sirloin one time, tri-tip, but just didn't realize it. You know, because it sure wasn't marinated like that. We didn't add no seasoning on that at all. Nothing. Peek at her nose. Huh? There you go.
They got them a roast like the one they
Yeah, yeah. One of them tri-tips.
Are you gonna make a little video?
I don't know. I told him he should make one.
I like you don't have to do it step by step. Just show us
Oh, she usually cooks the breakfast. She's the best. She cooks the breakfast the best out of me and her. I thought y'all just put up a new ceiling fan, Randy. Yeah, I thought you had just put up a new fan. I would put a lamp on the nightstand and turn on the lamp when you need light instead of the ceiling fan light. Because you ain't been having that new fan but about 8 months now, something like that, huh, Randy? Wow. Yeah, a regular welder, they didn't do that with a regular welder. They did that with a spot welder. Any kind of big welding machine like a welder has, they would have to go real light with that or have to use, like a MIG, welder, wire welder. All right, we're going to give this another 5 minutes, and we're going to shut the stream down for the day, and we're going to continue this off tomorrow. And what I'll do this afternoon later, I'll set the stream up again. That way people will know ahead of time again. Because I did set this up yesterday at about, I forget what time I set it up. I think it was about 6:30 or so. Right about the same time.
So, Colin had some questions to ask about the road to give you a call.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you got any questions, just send me an email or something, Kyle. And then I'll give him my phone number. You talking about the motor for the ceiling fan, Randy? That doesn't create that much heat. Energy always makes heat when you use energy, but I don't think that small of a motor is going to generate that much heat to heat the house up. Unless that air conditioner is really working overtime.
I hope I can get air conditioning for my room. I'm not feeling it. It's so hot in that bedroom like that.
Now that night is comfortable. Miss Anna, I'm crazy. How you doing? You caught the tail end of the stream, Miss Anna.
Okay, Johnny Bet, where's Johnny? Where's Johnny? Johnny coming? Where's Johnny? Look at her.
Pepe, Johnny's coming? Where's Johnny?
Johnny?
Where's Johnny?
Look at Johnny. Johnny coming.
Johnny's here? No.
Johnny coming.
Johnny's here? No, he's not here yet. He's on his way, but he's not here yet. That little dog loves Johnny best to death. When I mention Johnny's name.
Say Johnny's name too, boy.
Oh, yeah. She's going to the door and look.
And when you say Mama's there, Mama's back.
Oh, yeah. Well, she hear that Jeep drive up, and she barks. Well, she don't bark, actually. Well, she might let out a little, like, welcome home bark. But she'll jump off that chair in quickness. Oh, we've been good, Miss Anna. Except for the heat. I know I keep saying that, but that's everybody's story this summer. Your dog started barking, Randy? Yeah, I got the camera off the pennies and got them on me now. I don't want to see this ugly mug anyway. So, Midnight Silver Run. I thought you forgot what coins were. Oh, no. I was still going to people's live streams. Just, I was showing that penny I got off of you, Midnight, not long ago. I was showing that the 1984 jailhouse, Lincoln jailhouse penny off. There were some people that didn't know nothing about coins, and they saw that. They were like, "Oh yeah, I see something right there." I said, "Yeah, Lincoln's in jail." And I said, "Midnight Silver Run, he's got a couple of them that are more pronounced than that." But all right, we're gonna end this stream. I just might come back at about 7, and that would be, some people, off of work. Yeah, everything's good midnight. I mean, same as you in the same boat with all this heat. It's like 104 outside right now. I know Oakdale Airport, and Oakdale's not a big town, so it's not like a big concrete jungle. At the airport, it was 105 earlier. And then with the heat index, that's the humidity, the heat index is like, 115. So, but I might try this about 7 o'clock. If I don't do it tonight, I'll do it tomorrow. And I'll do it a little later. I'll probably start about 6. I'm trying to think who goes live Friday. In the afternoons. Nobody that I know of. But anyway, if I don't come back at 7 this evening, a couple of hours, I'm going to come back tomorrow about 6, and we're going to finish filling the sheet up. So, all right, everybody, I appreciate y'all coming in, and everybody be safe, and y'all know the routine. It's good being north of the grass. Stay safe, be that way. Be that way, stay safe. And as always, love, peace, and crackling grease. Catch y'all later. Aplita. Hey, Daddy Dutch. Sorry you caught the end of the stream, bud. But we'll probably be back around 7 o'clock, see if we can finish filling this 5 penny sheet out. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good one.